LSTNT Podcast Network. It is my pleasure and honor to welcome you to Movies from Memory. On this podcast, you'll hear hosts
Dante
and
Art
and
Craig.
try through a haze of smoke and alcohol to remember an important or nostalgic movie we haven't seen in several years. We are a little vulgar and insensitive, but that's just our sense of humor, and it all comes from a passion and love of movies. Nay, cinema. Tonight is Hollywood's classic 1997 film called
Face Off.
starring
Alessandro Nivola as Pollux Troy.
and,
Others
as always, please
like, comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget to check the bottoms of your popcorn buckets for holes. Someone might put their dick in there. This podcast is Ladow.
Ladow. That's a chop.
And that's the chop.
Dude.
And I got. And then.
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts?
Hey! Hey, all you wacky people. No, it's terrible. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Movies from Memory. I am your host, Dante. With me, as always, is my colleague, cohort, and co-conspirator, Craig. And actually, we're making him a legit. You're no longer an honorary member. You're a legit homeboy here.
I've been waiting
Movies
for
from
this.
I feel like
Memory.
this was more of a complex of your own.
You're now a co-host.
I don't think you were ever
Art.
honorary.
Where you guys are still signing the adoption paperwork to get me fully.
Yeah. I'd like to give you a hearty handshake and welcome you to the family.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
a laurel and hearty handshake.
Yeah.
To you, our new
co-host.
Let's go.
I'm all about the La Familia here.
I like that, man. Hey, man, if there's one thing, we're about La Familia.
I feel you. Ride or die. All right. Enough of this nut-touching stuff. Let's just get to the movie. We're going to be talking about a movie called Face Off from 1997.
We're talking about what?
Do our best to recall the movie.
We've been, I think, teasing or maybe just talking about it off air, but doing this one. This is like one of the first ideas that probably popped up when we started doing
We've
it.
been courting it for
We've
a
been
while.
courting it for a while.
That we had to at
It
some
is
point.
Peak, like all the angles line up for what this podcast is.
It's amazing.
Face Off.
Nic Cage flick, John Travolta, maybe one of his last great films of his career. I'd
Other
say.
than all of his films.
Yeah, well, it's
I only like
but-
Phenomenon and Old Dogs.
Oh, shit. What about Michael?
And Michael and
Or is
Grease.
an angel? Because he's not that kind of angel.
Oh my god.
It's like-
He's just an angel that'll just eat cereal in his overalls.
Oh my god, it's John Travolta.
He's right here sitting
He's
next
glorious.
to us. He used the power of Scientology
He was
to
a
just
chubby
teleport.
angel that ate cereal, ate like...
That's all I
or
remember
trick
from Michael,
cereal.
that movie, right? And
Didn't
he's just
LL
smiling
Cool J
the
write
whole
that song
time.
Phenomenon about
I think so.
What's his
Could be. The Face Off, it's an action thriller with a running time of 2 hours, 20 minutes. Before we dive into the film, to the cinema, as it were, we have our popcorn, we have our sodas, we have our jujubes. Thank you, Craig.
Always have those handy.
Yeah. So we got to go back to the year 1997 and re-familiarate ourselves with it.
Familiar.
I heard a 9 or 7.
A 9 or 7, 9.
A Victor 9 or 7.
1997.
We'll whisk you back to the
We're
year.
back. Where we're going, we don't need
Which
roads.
year?
Oh, shit.
1997.
Oh,
All
97.
dogs go to heaven.
Oh, shit.
This is probably our fourth movie, fourth
Yeah,
movie
we
in
just
97.
keep going back to the year 1997. It's not very special anymore, personally. But everybody listening, you might feel differently.
What year was Broken Arrow made?
Ooh,
What is
good question.
Broken Arrow?
That's another John Travolta movie. Christian Slater. Thanks.
Oh my god.
One thing that we actually haven't talked about in 1997 was the toys. The toys, damn you, the toys.
97?
I thought you were talking about the Robin Williams.
No, the vehicle. Yeah, no. So
We haven't done toys on this show.
the hottest toys of the year. The
You
one,
mentioned it in an episode.
the one that I could find, the biggest, the Tamagotchi, man.
Oh, shit.
That was 97?
That was 1997. Did you guys have a Tamagotchi?
I did. Then I had the
The Tamagotchi.
then I,
Thank you. The people of Japan.
I think the first one I got might have been the, like, rival brand. Was it, like, Digipets or something like that? And
I
you
know
could,
what
I
you're talking
think,
about.
when they
These are
came out, you
fighting
could get a
words.
dog or a cat.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of cooler than, like, just a
little monster
weird
or
Japanese
something.
creature monster baby kaiju thing.
Yeah. I ended
Now,
up with
to
poo
me,
monsters.
that is way cooler. But
Poo
that,
monsters.
I
like,
didn't clean up after it, so it just turns into a muck.
Oh, no.
it just fills up with shit.
It just dies. Oh, that's depressing.
And then after Tamagotchis, then they did Digimon, right?
I think so.
Did they do some Digi? I think
Yeah.
they did, yeah.
You could battle them against.
They do all the
Oh,
best stuff,
yeah.
man. I'm telling you.
Who, Digimon?
Yeah. No, Japanese.
Oh my god. Yeah, I like wasn't ready for their culture that we were getting at that point. So I was like, I want a dog or a cat, not like a alien creature. But now to me that's way cooler.
Yeah.
I've caught up.
Your
to
days
that
are
now,
numbered,
finally.
dog and cat. Man's best friend. How much longer, though?
I know, I wish and
For how much longer? Your days are
probably
numbered.
when I go to get a dog next, instead of a dog, I probably will get some
A
type
poop
of
monster.
baby kaiju poop monster.
Yeah. Something with tendrils and
Like a
tentacles.
creature. Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of hentai lately, so I'm kind of.
Really?
Oh.
And instead of cleaning up like poop and pee stains, it's like ink. Squid is like ink that they shoot
And other
out.
stuff. You know, some of it's
Ain't that
mine,
the
but-
worst?
Oh wow, the black ink and then there's white. Never mind.
Yeah.
You gotta
If
use
it's a
club
boy.
soda. So speaking of, I don't know. There's no other good way to segue into this. We're talking.
Wow, we lost the crowd already.
yeah. All right, give me a second. Video
You've heard of
games.
someone's face being on. Now we're gonna give you the other side.
Oh, shit.
Okay,
Too
sorry.
babe.
We're
Yeah.
still trying to go back to 97. My bad.
Very quickly, some amazing games that came out in 1997. GoldenEye on N64.
Oh, shit.
Diddy Kong Racing N64.
Oh, wow.
Star Fox 64.
Those are
I think we're
really
starting
good
to
games.
see.
A little pattern here.
Yes. Tomb Raider 2 on PS1. And one of my favorites, Age of Empires
What was Sega CD doing at the time?
on the PC. I don't even think that was a
Sega
thing
CD.
at 1997.
Were they Dreamcast yet? At that
No, I
point?
think they were like Jaguar or something.
Oh,
or is that
God.
something else?
That was Atari. That was
Sorry.
the
That's my favorite
Atari
football team.
comeback.
Oh, man, The Last Stand.
Yeah,
Atari's
they
Last
came
Stand.
back and they took video games over again.
Yeah.
And now they're on top still.
Yeah.
Once
In a
they did
way.
it with the Jaguar.
Nostalgia-wise, I guess.
I like they were like, we're not going to do a lion or like a tiger, we'll do Jaguar instead.
More
Yeah.
sleek.
The third or fourth time.
Puma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they knew their place. It was like,
We're, gonna do the,
we're just trying to be third
The
best.
Atari Bobcat
Just buy our
didn't work.
game. The Bobcat.
Speaking of sexy big cats, 1997 sexiest man happened to be George Clooney, Mr. George Clooney.
Oh, he's kind of a
97.
beefcake.
He's kind of a
probably
beefcake.
he's probably in the ER situation at this point.
He's a doctor.
The little
he
Caesar
might
cut.
have
Like, hey,
already been
operate on me,
breaking
doc.
out in movies at that point.
He was a
maybe.
Caesar of the Caesar cut at that time.
Yeah,
Was
he's
he?
rocking it. He's bringing it back.
Oh, he was. He literally was owning the Caesar cut. Like America wanted the fucking Caesar.
It was the
cut, 'cause
Clooney
he
cut
told them
after
to.
that.
The Clooney
Oh my
cut. Can I get a
God.
Clooney, please?
So the sexiest woman was
He's
Terry-
much more influential than
Terry Hatcher?
Julius
Yeah.
Caesar.
Let's go, boy.
Yeah.
Hot off the heels of Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of
Yeah.
Superman.
Hey,
Dude, we
hey.
just talked about that show in
Yeah,
another podcast.
yeah. And
Who
then
do you think was more influential to human history? Julius Caesar or George Clooney?
Oh, dude.
go.
Who do you think did the Caesar cut more justice?
This
Yeah,
sounds like a
exactly.
fucking Dennis Miller bit.
Yeah.
Is it getting hair
You're gonna say
advice from Julius Caesar or what?
Caesar,
Kane.
Maybe Plato's there too, babe.
Oh man.
Oh, shit.
And finally, in sports, basketball, to be precise,
Wow.
the
just any
Bulls,
sport.
Bulls, baby, beat
Yeah.
the Utah Jazz in the series
Utah
4-2.
Jazz.
And yeah,
Stockton and Malone sent home.
Jordan continues his historic run, second time around.
What's
You know,
his last
he was
championship?
he was a
It
good
98
basketball
or what?
player.
98,
98,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Michael Jordan,
He
I'm
was an
starting to think.
exceptional basketball
He
player.
was
he was
pretty
alright.
good. I must say so myself.
I'm a fan.
I heard he had a huge gambling problem.
Yeah. Monster.
And that's what got kicked him out of the league.
Yeah.
And he didn't really want to play baseball. He just got kicked out for gambling. Yeah,
And then he just went and joined the White Sox.
Oh, wait. This
He had
Chicago
about
White
all those
Sox.
demons, all those monsters, if you will.
Yeah, see, the subtext of Space Jam is actually all his addictions. His gambling addictions,
Yeah.
you know.
He like lost a bet with like Warner Brothers, and so he had to be in that movie.
Yeah.
So they pimped him out for that movie.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
It's not a very glamorous
Kind of
business.
fills in the gap. So what happened?
All right, so finally we're back to the film. We're back to the picture.
So we're here in '97.
Here it
Are we
is.
still 97?
It is. Oh,
Yep.
Now we're back.
We are.
now we're at.
Okay.
Okay, so Face Off. Great movie. Stellar cast. Nicolas Cage, John Travolta, Dominique Swan, not sure who that is. Gina Gershon, she's very foxy.
Yeah, she's a piece of
Joan Allen, and then a few other people
Joan Allen?
that you probably haven't heard of. This one's directed by John Woo.
John.
Awesome.
That's right.
Awesome
that's right.
action director. Like, didn't he make like Chinese gangster flick movies with Chow Yun-fat? What was that? Hard Boiled. I think he was a Hard Boiled director. So that's like
He's
what
a
got him his
hard-boiled
start.
boy.
I don't think I've seen Hard Boil.
It's
Yeah, I think he
fucking
had
G.
a bunch of like action movies, and
He's
then
the one-
came to America.
Yeah, it's all. And his whole thing
And
is
he's
like
super stylized.
yeah, the
and-
slow-mo
Slow-mo
shootouts, and then there's like
shootouts.
doves everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Because there's legit-
feathers and like flowers.
Yeah.
And
There's
stuff,
legit
like
a
flower
dove
petals
situation
falling.
when they're at the
Yes.
church.
Yes, in this
Yeah.
movie.
Oh my
So yeah, I suppose we just get right into it, fellas. What do y'all remember about Face Off?
I remember Nic Cage's really cool mustache that he had in that first like flashback scene
Oh,
at the very
jeez.
beginning of the movie where he shoots what's his name?
Travolta's son. He shoots him like on a carousel.
It shoots through Travolta and
yes.
kills his son.
Yeah.
Really?
And then you see like Nic Cage is like, oh man, didn't mean to do that.
And then he just like he has a little apple juice box and he slurps.
Oh,
it.
that's right.
Oh
He's
my
smoking a
God.
ciggy. And he's like in
Or
a field
not.
like 100 yards away from where they're at, and they're like, oh, that's not weird that there's this sniper rifle perched over here.
Well, you know, Nicolas Cage, he plays a pretty eccentric character in this movie.
You could
Isn't that
say
weird?
that, yeah. It's not very realistic.
That's weird for Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
He's
It's kind of far up.
kind of eccentric in this movie. It's
Uh,
a departure for him.
yeah. This, I don't even know how to describe it.
So the director's from China.
That's
That's cool.
And
No,
go.
You've been
No,
waiting
no.
to find a way to work that.
We were
Gone
just talking
button
about how I put that into
Yeah, we
every
love the
podcast
Chinese
in
here
an
on the show.
unnecessarily
Ni
racist,
hao.
pointless way that doesn't need to be in.
All right. So, yes. What a turn. Racism in droves. All right. So, wait,
Whoa, guys, that actually,
we'll be more racist.
yeah, I didn't know that's
I
like
promise.
what you wanted. Wow, okay.
John Travolta's son gets murdered in the very beginning. Like, the credits roll in this movie. Nic Cage assassinates John Travolta's son.
He was going
at
after
long
Travolta.
range.
He was going
With
after
a Capri
Travolta
Sun.
because they're nemesis. Or
Nemesis. And then
Yeah.
it flash forwards to Nic Cage is like a
He's
he's like a rock star terrorist.
Yeah,
right? It was
pretty
the best way
much,
to
yeah.
describe it.
What's his
Yeah,
name?
he's just
Isn't
doing
like
evil
Xander Kane or
shit.
something like
it's
that.
Pastor Troy.
Castor Troy.
I guarantee you Nic Cage came up with that name himself.
Yes.
Oh, totally, dude. It's so.
It's a bitchin' name.
This movie is so like of its time. Like,
yeah.
oh my god! And then his brother, the character's
Silas.
brother, has a
Something
weird
like
name
that.
too.
It's I want to say it's Silax or something. It's-
They based a Mortal Kombat character.
It is something really stupid.
Centauri,
like
I'm
that.
pretty sure. Is what it's
It's something like that.
oh, that's right.
It's
'cause
Ermac, I believe.
Doesn't
that's what it is.
Sicario.
Doesn't it start with him
Ermac.
dressed as like a priest?
Yeah, so the beginning is that he's trying to. I guess he's planting a bomb at this church.
Yeah, I
And
remember him
as
being
he's
dressed as the priest.
As he's doing, I guess he goes incognito as a priest or undercover.
and he like headbangs
And he's just-
like
oh,
sticks
yeah.
his
He's
head
just
out.
dancing. He's being like the most flamboyant, like over the top. So like just standing out.
Yeah.
As he's like,
He's supposed to be incognito.
yeah,
just
but
being
he's like, yeah, I'm gonna
creepy.
blow
Yeah.
up. I'm gonna blow
It
up this
doesn't
church,
make
but I'm gonna have a good
sense.
time doing it. I'm gonna look good doing it.
Yeah.
Dude, he was full Nic Cage. I feel like if you were a director at the time, and he's in your movie, and you would maybe think this going into it, like, At a certain point, like, if he's rocking and rolling, I just have to keep the cameras rolling. And, like,
Just let him do whatever
If
he
he's
wants.
rocking, we got to be rolling.
Yeah, exactly.
he left the script behind like 15 minutes ago, and he won't stop. But he's fucking killing it right now. Keep the camera rolling.
They're
bro.
just like, don't stop.
The
filming
scenery
Cage.
is officially chewed.
So, as that's going down, I can't... So,
They
John...
plant the bombs, and then he ends up trying to get on a jet to, like, escape.
Yes, which, thank you for reminding me. That's like...
That's where he can eat a peach for hours.
Yes, so that's why he's like flirting
okay.
with the flight attendant, and he's just like... He's whining her, and he's dying.
And she's like on his lap and shit, isn't
Yeah,
she?
it's all very, like, pervy looking back at
Yeah.
it.
Did he say, if
And
I
he's
give you my
super
tongue,
Nic
would you
Cagey.
suck it? Or
He's
something
like,
yeah.
would you be grateful?
If I
It's
let
like,
you
what?
suck my tongue, would you be grateful?
I just remember they have, like, a suitcase
Peach.
for him.
I can eat a peach, bro.
Oh,
And he has, like, he has the gold guns, and there's,
yeah.
like, a pack of
Which is a-
chiclets
There's
or
got to be,
something.
like... Oh,
There's, like,
he shakes him, too, to make sure that it's a
Chiclets
full...
and
That
joints?
it's a full,
It's
I
all
need my
Bammer.
chiclets. Don't give me that top shelf weed.
Dude,
I
he
want
does
Bammer.
such weird character choices, because he did the same
Scenes.
thing with Ghost Rider, where he's all about jelly beans and that.
Oh, come on.
My
Okay.
man's all about his choices. He takes lots
This
of
character
choices.
loves chiclets.
But
Yeah, the director's like, oh, okay.
He goes, I
What?
brought, like,
don't
a
give
full
fuck.
box.
What am I going to do with it? So, yeah, he just starts to make out with the flight attendant. He tells her that he likes peaches.
He just starts fingering flight attendants.
Pretty much. I mean,
And
that's not even over.
it is kind of
That's not
pervy.
being hyperbolic at
He is
all.
kind of pervy, but at the same time, like, he's so intoxicating. Like, to me in real life,
Yeah.
but at least in the character.
So dreamy, too.
So
Just-
the women are, like, giving themselves to
It's
him.
like a little girl's
The
dream
women
come
and me
true.
and Craig. And,
So it's not like he's being
it's just
that
what it is.
Oh, my God.
inappropriate. Like, they want it from this man.
This guy is,
He
he is
intoxicating.
just a predator.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And then he finds out that the flight attendant is, like, undercover, right?
But that's the thing,
Oh,
is that's
God.
why, I guess that's...
She pulls the mask off like Mission Impossible.
Yeah. And it's like it's
like a Russian
60-year-old
guy.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was, the
Like, how did
mustache.
you have like super nice legs and like
Like your
heels?
tits.
So there's
skirts and tits.
There's a shootout, and then he gets thrown from the plane or whatever, and he, like, hits his head.
Yeah.
Or some
he
weird
hits his
shit happens.
noggin.
Some weird shit happens where he gets into a coma.
Yeah.
But then they find out that there's a virus that's, like, set to detonate.
They find about the bomb that he set in the church.
Virus.
Oh, yeah.
And that he, like, in the very beginning of the film. And so John Travolta is, like, determined, like, fuck, why don't we just kill this guy? And they're like, we can't, we gotta, hopefully he, like, comes out of this coma or whatever.
Oh,
And we
yeah.
can figure out the bomb. But they're saying, like, they're pretty much setting it up to where it's, like, this fantastic, like, situation where you'd have to somehow go undercover as the other
As
person.
Castor Troy,
Yeah.
in this case.
Before that, you find out that he's, like, since his son was killed, he's in, like, a loveless marriage.
Yeah,
And his
him-
daughter is, like, pushing away from him.
Yeah,
at that
she's
point.
a bad girl.
Castor Troy.
She's kind of a bad girl.
Travolta.
Oh, Travolta.
Yeah, and
Oh.
it's like his wife doesn't like him.
Yeah.
Nobody likes him.
Yeah, yeah,
She
yeah.
does, but they're like rocky. It's going bad, right?
Yeah.
Because that's like kind of part of the movies. He like might be able to kind of get her back. He's trying to get her back,
But he just keeps obsessing over their dumb
But
dead
he's-
son.
yeah. And trying
fucking
to
idiot
make
son.
up for it in the line of duty.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
he's a cop, right, or a
Yes.
detective?
Yeah, he's like FBI.
I think
He's like
he's
FBI,
an
yeah,
FBI
yeah. 'Cause
agent.
I'm an FBI
He's
special
trying to-
agent.
Oh my god, I'm an FBI agent.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god,
because
Mr. Captain.
I remember at one point he's like, we don't
Danny
sleep
Zuko?
or we don't crack until the case is cracked.
Oh, that's right. He, like, flips out on
flips
him.
out on everybody.
Isn't Margaret Cho one of the...
Yes. One of the other special
Margaret
agents.
Cho.
That she doesn't even tell any
Speaking of
jokes.
90s flashback, man.
Yeah. Would you or wouldn't you with Margaret Cho?
Would I or wouldn't I watch her be an FBI agent? Because I totally would. Totally would.
You know what
I
I
have
mean?
multiple times.
Okay.
So
Beat around the bush, you son of a bitch.
I wish I could remember his brother's name because it's amazing. But
it's like Lynx.
But it is something like that. But
It's
when
Linux. It's an operating system.
all like him and his brother, their names sound like they're from the future.
Yes,
Like,
I think it's Noob Saibot.
they're like
from the year
Star Wars
3000.
names. They're
Yeah.
like Boba Fett
or
Troy
or something.
Oh my god.
Or Gore.
Is that what it is?
Googleplex.
I don't know. Who can remember?
So Googleplex and his brother Castor Troy And Bib Fortuna. Oh no, that's Star Wars.
Oh my god.
But you meet his brother, and before they get on the plane, and they have a weird relationship where Castor, Nic Cage, like ties his brother's shoes.
Yeah, I think
it's like he's sunning
like
him.
autistic or
He's
something.
keeping
Or
him below him.
He's pressing him. He's felted his.
Yeah,
brother.
Oh, I thought it was a situation of grooming.
It's
No,
like
I don't even think- I
it's
think
like
it's-
when dogs in the same house like lick each other's ears and eyes, where it's
Oh,
like
you're-
you're putting them below you.
It's a form of dominance.
It's dominance, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay,
Castor ties his brother's shoes, and it's also like that RZA line from Wu-Tang Clan when he says, "Tie your shoes, kid."
Oh, I thought you were talking about where he goes.
So, oh my bad.
It's sort of
No,
a metaphor to tie your shoes. is
So
what I'm saying.
they somehow there's like a scientist. There's a lab coat that shows up and says, "All right,
I've got it.
listen, folks. Pretty much like I've devised this insane surgery. What we're gonna do, a face-off, where we're gonna do.
So I have to beat him in a game of hockey? Why don't I just arrest him
yeah,
as a terrorist?
why not? Why not just a 5-on-3? We probably have a better shot. Okay, that was terrible.
Like a shot in the mouth.
Hey. So they're like, let's
Power
do,
play.
let's yeah, penalty kill.
Weren't you and I doing
I was
some
just
power play
trying to
earlier?
Yeah, so just dead air.
Trying to throw a hockey term out there.
Puck.
Goalie.
Yeah, so they do the big old experiment, right?
Dude, that
It's like-
montage is pretty...
they do the
Yeah.
where they're
Yeah,
like cutting
yeah.
off the faces.
They
It
also-
looks cool. I mean, it's not, realistic, but they kind of like make it look as
It's how you would
real as it
imagine it to
could.
look, I
Yeah,
guess.
They
it's
also
like
show
sci-fi,
one get
yeah.
fatter and the other gets skinnier.
Yes.
Like
Yeah, their bodies changing doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they didn't do the lipo.
they put like a
scene.
little Mission Impossible little chip on their throats
But-
so that way they can
Oh,
talk
it
like
changes
each other.
their
Oh,
voice.
yeah,
That's kind of
yeah.
cool. But I like that they're both, Nic Cage, John Travolta at the height of their powers. They're both playing like kind of eccentric characters.
Yeah.
And they're both such big actors that they're allowed to be like pretty big and do whatever they want.
Mm.
And
Take
Travolta's
swings.
not like quite as big as Nic Cage. I mean, the character
Yeah.
that Travolta's playing.
He was coming from a bounce back after he had done Pulp Fiction a few years before that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh,
So
it was
he's-
right
yeah,
after, huh? That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
And
it's-
I remember like Travolta.
This is his second run
Being pretty
in
good.
the mid '90s after Pulp Fiction.
That's true. This is
where he was an
second run.
action star.
That's true.
Yeah.
And like Broken Arrow
Okay.
and this, and there were, I mean,
Yeah.
for 5-6
General
years.
Auto
what was
was
that?
pretty
Swordfish,
fun. Yeah,
Swordfish or whatever.
Yeah, he was getting
General
a ton of them, it
Yeah.
seemed like.
all off of Pulp Fiction.
And then,
But it's neat to see them play these crazy characters. Then
Yeah.
the face-off happens. Now Travolta is playing Castor Troy.
yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
And
but-
Nic Cage is playing the.
But they're
FBI.
essentially trying to act like the other person acts in
That's
movies,
another-
which was really, really cool to see.
That
Yeah.
yes, exactly. So Travolta is trying to do like a big Nic Cage thing, which I thought he did a good job.
Yeah.
And Nic Cage goes from playing Castor Troy, where he's fucking unhinged,
Yeah.
to playing Travolta's character, who
it's like relatively
is
reserved
a little
and like
more reserved,
kind of like
yeah.
emotionally fucked up.
Yeah,
But like,
and he does a good job of that.
isn't vocal about it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Thinking about that waterfall shit that he does.
the
Diaphragm.
waterfall?
He does it to his kid right before he gets shot, and then he does it to. jumping
Oh,
ahead,
you're
yeah.
just calling it waterfall.
Yeah.
Where he
Yeah.
like gently brushes.
Brushes
Yeah, I
his fingers
thought
over
we
your
called it that.
face.
That's why I thought that we had done it
Really?
already, but it's from another podcast. I think they called it that.
Oh, yeah.
I just crossed the wires.
And then I think maybe we've talked about that off air, just like, but that is a memorable kind of
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
from this movie. It actually ends up being like kind of a plot point,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's also just funny because it's like a weird, creepy thing.
yeah,
it's
yeah,
unusual.
yeah,
Like just
definitely.
everything in this movie just makes
I've got
you
two
like,
kids
what?
and I've never done anything that creepy.
Yeah. Doesn't he do it to his wife?
Yeah.
He like
That's how he
gently-
sees their.
gently brushes downward across her face with like his fingertips.
Which is like the least romantic thing ever.
It's more like get your fucking hands
should
off
just
me,
go,
old man.
He has like his smelly fingers on her, rubs her on her forehead. Here you go.
He goes, I just scratched my ass, bitch.
Oh my god.
What's that smell like?
That's more like what the janitor does to kids at elementary schools and stuff. That's not like what your parent would do to you or your husband. You guys didn't have a
Oh,
janitor
I
like
remember
that?
now. I remember now.
Weird.
They put him back in.
Never mind.
Is a prison in Alcatraz?
Oh my god! Yeah, so they send him out. They send Nick. So Nic Cage is. They switched. They face off.
Yeah.
They've switched.
Travolta wins the face-off. He passes the puck back to the defenseman.
Yes.
For power play.
Yeah.
Power play.
So Nic Cage is transported to this like futuristic prison. I don't even know it. It's
Yeah.
like on a fucking oil rig or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
It's probably
like
in international
the
waters.
raft on
Oh, yeah, I was just
Avengers,
reading-
like Marvel universe.
And the idea is, all right, we're going to drop you in with Castor Troy's creepy brother, and he's going to tell you, like, the coordinates of the bomb, and then we're going to get you the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
And then
and
it's
you
like,
just have his fucking face. So
Yeah.
everyone's gonna think you're him.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
and
you
it was-
got to learn to talk like him. He says
It was
Yeah.
contingent that only like 2 people knew about the surgery. or some
yeah,
shit
only
like
the
that.
doctors really
And, like,
know
his
about
best
this.
friend.
Yeah, and like maybe like a handful of their special agents or whatever.
No, I think it was only those 2 because there's a scene later on where once he wakes up
Yes.
from his coma, he burns those 2 guys alive, and
Yeah.
they're the only people that know that they're the other.
When Nick Cage,
he
wakes up
at
without-
that point
without
he's
his face,
caged
yeah.
up.
so
Why
that's
does he do that?
so that
so
there's
that nobody knows.
Oh, he wanted
about
no
the
one to fucking-
experiments, and now he's just
A little
a
crazy
special
boy.
agent, right?
He's a
He's
little
an
crazy
FBI
boy.
special agent, and other dude's just like locked up in prison.
Wearing those metal magnetic
But
boots.
what
Yeah.
isn't Travolta at that point? I shouldn't even call him Travolta.
Yeah,
it's
see, this is
confusing
the
as fuck.
we gotta.
I
Like,
can't remember that character's name.
Sean Archer.
Is that what it
Oh, that's
is?
what it
Yeah,
is,
Sean
Archer.
That's
Yeah.
a very movie name.
So Sean
But
Archer
so Sean.
Castor
Now no one knows. Like,
Yes.
so say he's able to like do whatever he wants to do. In the world, he is a wanted top 10 FBI most wanted list terrorist, rock star terrorist.
That's true. You can't
yeah.
forget
He's
the rock star.
stuck in he's stuck as Castor Troy now,
Yeah.
So
and people don't know it.
Exactly.
what I
So
would
they
imagine-
won't think, oh no, it's just.
Oh, you're
you know,
just deep
Detective
undercover.
Officer Archer. or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
What I would imagine is that he would still have his same fingerprints.
I think
and
so.
dental and stuff.
Yeah. But not the voice box.
That's
Is
true.
they-
Not the voice box.
Oh, they fuck with the
There's a
voice box,
chip.
right?
Yeah. He's like, why do I still sound like me?
He's
He's like,
"Why do
I
I still
peach. I
sound
could eat
like
a
me?"
peach for hours. Oh, it's perfect.
Try it
now.
again. Oh, I can eat a peach. Like, okay,
Yeah.
that's in key. That's in key.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Oh, why do I still talk like myself? I could eat a peach for hours.
So he's
I could eat a peach for hours. That's it. Perfect,
You nailed it.
Mr. Archer.
he's in that crazy prison where it's just like all magnetized, right?
Yeah.
And they got the Super Mario boots.
No, that's
Yeah,
where they
yeah.
put Magneto, so he can't like bend. He's in an
It's-
all plastic prison,
Yeah. That's
fiberglass.
I guess this would be the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where they
my
put
bad,
all
my
the
bad.
metal, all the
Yeah.
magnets.
And
Oh,
they have like the
This is another sci-fi
magnetic boots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that at any
Like,
time,
Zelda.
if if you're being a troublemaker,
You have to get
rapscallion, they can just like lock you in place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's so wild.
Which you could easily tear like ligaments in your knees.
Oh yeah,
If you're
every
just hyperextend
every
it
time.
forward or hyperextend. Yeah.
And there is like a riot, right? And then he escapes.
Yeah.
They,
But he has the information. Castor Troy's creepy brother.
That's right.
He
That's
gets
right.
it from
They
the
escape
brother?
together.
Yeah, and then he's like, "You're so fucking stupid."
You're so stupid.
And the guy's like, "What's up? What happened, bro?"
Oh
And then he
yeah.
walks away from him.
And
But
then
then
they just let him out of prison, right?
No, they both.
That's
okay.
where they
Because that's kind of getting into what I was saying.
Yeah,
where no
yeah,
one can
that's-
help him.
and that's where
Gina Gershon and
well,
that.
that's where Castor Troy meets up and goes to that prison and says like, "Hey, I killed everybody that knows that you're you and that I'm me, and like, you're gonna be fucking stuck in here."
So at a certain point, Castor Troy somehow gets Travolta's face.
Yes.
Yeah, he makes.
Would they had it on ice?
Yes, because
Okay.
they were
To
going
give
to
it
bring
back
it.
to him.
Wanna bring him
give it
back?
back to him. Yes, he like called his homeboy. He wakes up and his face
Yeah.
is all like massacred, and he calls his homeboys and he's like, "Hey,
yeah.
like, fucking get down here."
I look
Something's
like Castor
happened,
Troy.
and then they like go through the paperwork and shit, and they figure out who the doctors were, and then they just go and get those doctors.
Yeah, 'cause
like out of the dead of the night, bring them in there.
He's
And-
watching
oh,
the
Castor Troy.
the procedure like on
That's
TV,
what it is,
and
yeah.
he's smoking a cigarette, and then they show his
And
reflection.
he's like, "What
and
the
it's just
fuck
like,
is this?"
like you don't see it like right on through the camera, but you see it through a reflection, and you
Oh.
see like it's just like
His
skeletal.
face has been like.
And that's where he's
shaved
like,
off.
"Bravo,
Yeah.
Doc, bravo."
And he keeps like going.
yeah, it's so gross,
Yeah.
man. But yeah, so anyways, he gets the procedure done, proceeds to kill everybody that knows about it,
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
goes to the prison, and now they're face to face.
Yeah, because he gives
and
that.
tells him like,
And
"Hey,
they
I'm-"
live up to the title.
Archer
Yeah.
gave his buddy
and
his
now we
wedding
get the
ring.
proverbial face off.
Yeah.
Archer gave his buddy his wedding ring. And
Yes.
then before he burned
They
his
have the
buddy,
titular
he took
face
it.
off?
Yeah.
So he shows him the wedding ring
Yeah.
where he's in the interrogation
He's
with
like,
them.
"I'm gonna give your
Look, here's my
wife
wedding
certificate."
ring. I'm obviously Sean Archer. I have the ring right here. Check my fingerprints.
Keep going.
He's like, I'm going to do the face thing on your wife.
I'll do this same creepy thing over my wife's face.
But I'm not going to use my hand. I'm going to
Castor Troy. Castor Troy's creepy too, so he might do the weird waterfall face thing too.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, just believe me, I'm Sean Archer.
But yeah, so...
And then that's when they have the prison.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They get out.
So Archer eventually escapes, and
I'm
then
Castor Troy. Oh my God.
he gets picked up by... he gets back in contact with Gina Gershon,
who's
and
hot is...
Why is she
Somali.
so hot in this movie? Was there like, they needed a
special
woman to be
effects.
super hot?
Mm-hmm.
is the guy that's there, the bald guy, who's like the guy that does the... You took his face off? And he like does that thing with his hand?
And he winks at the camera.
Yeah. Cue ball?
Are those two brother and sister? Because they make out at one point in there too, right? They do some freaky shit.
Him and Gina?
I think. I think.
They're kind of freaks, aren't
It's
I mean,
a weird
sometimes
movie.
a man finds himself in a situation where he has to make out with his sister.
He has to
But
make
he didn't
a
have to.
hard
It was just like a
decision.
choice.
Yeah, you
It was
know.
like, this is for fun. But there it's revealed that Gina Gershon has had a kid
It actually almost messed
with
up
Castor
the plan.
Troy,
It
but
didn't help at all.
he never asked about the kid.
Yeah, he just
It was just
figured
like
it
an
was
unspoken-
an incest
Wait, who
baby.
did? He had a kid with her?
With Gina Gershon, yeah.
His
and
sister?
Yeah, and he just
So what happened to
figured
their
it was the
mutant
brother's kid. He's like, ooh, that's not good.
Why is in the middle of this face-off between a terrorist and FBI agent changing their
There's
faces,
a weird-
there's side characters that are brother and sister?
A weird, like, incest
Have, like, an
story,
incestuous
side
kid
story.
together.
I have
They
no
wanted
idea.
to write a good movie.
Maybe that was it. Game
They're
of
like,
Thrones.
wait, there's incest. They're all,
Game
now
of
you got my
Thrones
attention.
copied.
Very European.
Game of Thrones copied it. They're like, we gotta get the incest.
Oh, 100%.
story arc in
100%,
here
100%.
to make this a real story.
But that guy ends up getting killed.
Yeah,
By
he gets
bullet.
shot in the throat.
Yeah.
Is it the guy from Lost World who's hunting the T-Rex?
Yeah,
the Australian
I've seen
guy.
this guy in other shit. I just can't remember what else he's in.
He's a creep.
That's true.
He's been like a couple porns and
A couple wanted videos or
Or
what is that?
milk
Warrant,
carton.
he was in a Warrant music video.
Is that true?
Not Cherry Pie, a different single they had.
There's some kind of shootout, and eventually, like,
Because Gina Gershon gets killed too, right?
She's hot in the
I
movie.
think most
I'll
of
give
them
you
get
that.
killed. Anyways,
And then they face back on.
they face
and the
back.
movie's over.
Yes, the end. Finn.
No, so I'm trying to. While all this stuff is happening, they do stuff where it shows like Castor Troy as Archer at the house,
With his wife
Yeah.
and his daughter,
and
messing with them.
he plugs up his wife real nice,
Yes.
where she did, like
Oh,
forget
yeah.
about that they hate each other.
Yeah, she felt
She's
so
like,
good.
your
She was,
dick looks like Nicolas
levitating.
Cage's. It's like, shh.
You're right.
You're
wrong.
totally right. And then
maybe
he
it
sees
is.
his daughter almost get assaulted, and then gives her a knife.
By Danny Masterson,
Oof.
Oh, in real
which
life,
is
he
actually
assaulted that
smart,
actress?
That
Actually,
is kind of gnarly.
I thought you were talking about the movie.
yeah, no,
she
that's the
worked with.
fucking person that would do it. It sounds like allegedly.
Allegedly.
But yeah, no, Castor Troy is like, hey, if that guy fucks with you, here's this knife that just like stab him in the thigh with it
And then
like
twist it,
Yeah,
yeah.
so the
He
wound,
said
wound
twist it.
won't close. Yeah,
Oh, God.
because he's like a frizzy haired piece of shit. I'm just getting a weird vibe.
Oh, and he like doesn't he catch her smoking a cigarette?
He's
and
into
he's like, "You're not going to
Scientology.
tell mom, are you?" And then he takes his cigarette and takes the drag. He goes, "Papa's got a brand new bag," and he's like listening to James Brown. While all this shit's going
I
on.
mean,
No.
Nick Cage does that?
yeah,
yeah.
or Castor Troy
As John Travolta.
John Travolta. Dude,
That's so cool.
dude.
Mr. Carter.
It's like
cool.
that is not cool. That is that cool. So they
It
eventually.
is like what Nick Cage would have done in the scene.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, but it is not.
No. It's not cool for Travolta doing it. Travolta is not Vinny
No.
Barbarino at this point. He's not
Mr.
like,
Carter.
he's not very.
He's
cool.
not Danny Zuko.
No.
So I forget how
They get to that church.
Yeah, how did they get there?
I think they just like the jig is up. They've figured out that Castor Troy is Archer. Archer's Castor Troy.
Finkel's
wah,
Einhorn
wah.
kind of situation.
Yeah. That the face-off experiment has gone down, and that they're
But
like
he's.
they're trying to do some
And
kind
then
of
he's.
they're doing a face-off, but they're also
But that
doing a
must mean-
handoff, where it's like
Oh.
Gershon for the wife or something like that.
Oh, was she still alive? In my head, I thought that she died in the shootout.
I think the brother did.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's why they're all there.
This
and
is
it's
like she's extremely hot. this other lady's really not, but she's your wife.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but...
And he's like, all right, that is fair. This chick's pretty hot, so I can see that. Yeah.
And they go into that church.
Just for my old frumpy wife.
He's like, let me think this over. Give me 5 minutes. They go into that church, and all the candles are like
take my
lit
wife.
and everything.
Oh yeah, isn't Nick Cage like saying a prayer?
He's saying a prayer.
My
He has
God.
his rosary beads. and
Is it Pero Santos?
spectacles, wallet, watch, spectacles, testicles. That's what it is. Yeah, and then there's like just doves. There's just fucking white doves.
There are a
Just
lot of
flying
doves
around.
in the film.
Yeah, tons.
Just tons and tons of. I heard that
Which I
half the
enjoyed
budget was
quite a
just
bit.
on the doves alone.
Oh,
The dove budget, it was one of the highest dove budgets
Yeah.
of film history.
Yeah, in Hollywood history.
I think when Doves Cry, the Prince music video.
That was first, and then it was this one.
So they end up having
We're cool.
like a boat shootout. Right?
Wow.
Oh
That
yeah.
part of the show must have been really good because
Yeah.
everybody was cheering.
Do you remember?
No,
like,
what? There's a
There's
shootout,
a shootout
on a boat?
Yeah.
Remember?
Well, yeah, it's a movie.
It's
Travolta's-
a movie, ain't it?
Travolta's voice starts to come back after the accident.
Yeah, because I think they're like punching each other in the throat
Just a little.
or something.
That's a chop.
Oh, yeah, they're stabbing each other.
Oh, you shot me in the throat. My voice is going back.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Oh, my voice. Oh, it's going.
Yeah, they...
And then his daughter ends up.
Mr.
There's
Carter.
there's a standoff, and his
Yeah.
daughter stabs Nicolas Cage. Well, hold on.
Or, yeah.
Castor Troy
Very
in the
true.
leg, the way that he showed her to stab somebody. At
Yes.
Oh, really? But it looks. She's looking at like her dad's fucking face.
Yeah.
She's like, I hope it's you, motherfucker.
Oh, wow.
Just,
No, honey, it's me, your dad. It's just my voice now sounds like Castor Troy. I'm not sure why. But I swear,
Papa
I'm your dad.
Daddy-o.
Papa Daddy-o.
They like crash the boats onto land.
Yeah.
And they're
On
fighting.
purpose?
And this is like a continuous fight scene.
That's a
Like
high-speed water
Like
chase.
it's a Family Guy sketch. Like they're just
The
beating the shit
chicken
out of each
versus
other.
Peter?
Shit's blowing up. They're getting into something else. They're rolling around.
So it's a pretty grounded movie.
Yeah. And then finally,
Well, they're
Sean
on water,
Archer knocks out Castor Troy. You know, the real guys. The real
Harpoons him.
ones.
The real Castor Troy.
And then he doesn't kill him. He's like, all right, I got to do the surgery. But
No,
Castor Troy's like cutting up his face at this point. Cutting up
He
like-
does kill him.
Does
doesn't
he kill him?
I think he does kill him.
Oh man.
Travolta, I mean, Sean Archer survives, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think he like.
But he
for
and he
some
gets
reason, I
his
think he,
face
like,
back.
Yeah.
Does
He
he
gets his-
harpoon him or some shit like that?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is
he
that what it
harpoons
is?
him.
He's like,
Well,
He's
when
like,
you-
I know what I'll do.
When you get in a
Harpoon
fight, usually when things get pretty scrappy, the smartest thing to do is to grab a harpoon.
Oh yeah.
and just fucking take care of business.
Yeah.
Just start wailing away.
Wailing away with that harpoon
Hey.
gun. I see what you did.
It's just
Yeah.
good strategy in a fight. He
nautical
hits you
terms
with
are
a
fun.
hook and a cross, and you duck under a swing, grab a harpoon. That's your
Yeah.
best way out of that fight.
I did not see that coming.
and then,
God.
and then after all is said and done, after they re-swap faces, Archer brings home a little gift.
What's that?
His dick? Dude,
Another
Is my dick
dick.
in a box?
I have another dick now, honey.
He
my
brings
God.
he brings
You got it, dick.
Castor Troy's son.
Oh,
to replace his dead
yeah.
son.
The Gina Gershon.
What?
Yeah. The
Gina Gershon plays his son?
No, the Gina Gershon baby that they had.
They do Little
Castor
Man,
Troy.
The retarded baby they had?
Yeah. Well,
Wasn't it inbred? You said it's the inbred.
they bring they're the
inbred
new
child.
mama and papa now. That's
Oh
and
my
then you know
God.
they wrap
That's
it up.
where-
Spick
They
and
were a
span.
little close,
Oh
but
my God.
Yeah, and
Face
John
Off took place
and
in Alabama.
yeah, the whole movie. Thank you. It says thank you, state of Alabama.
oh
God.
my god, film shot in pretty.
John Woo is one of his greatest American movies. I'll say.
I can't. Oh,
You know what, I know
You'll
it.
put that over the Hulk,
Yeah, any day.
Oh, dude, wait, he did the Hulk?
or I think it was just
No,
called
that
Hulk.
was
He did Hulk?
that wasn't.
No,
John
that
that
was
was
Ang Lee. That
was
was Ang
Ang
Lee.
Lee.
Yeah, my bad.
That movie sucks. Sucks.
That movie.
You didn't like him just jumping through the desert for like 5 minutes?
Yeah, that shit was weird.
Uh,
But Face
I have
Off,
to learn to jump. I'll be a great superhero if I can jump.
But yeah,
But yeah, he brings the kid home, and they're like, they take
That's
him in,
weird,
like,
though,
oh, this
yeah.
is cool. This is
Everything's fine now.
The son of the guy that killed our other
That is
son.
so weird.
-1, add 1. All right.
That is so
Yeah.
weird. And but he looks like Travolta again, But
Yeah.
you said he had, like, Castor Troy, like, fucked up.
Yeah, cut up his face.
Cut up the
to,
face
like,
before...
sabotage him.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm going to show you. And he just starts
Yeah.
cutting.
Cut up your beautiful...
Cuts his dumb dick
Your
off.
beautiful John Travolta.
Motherfucker. He's like, wait, but they're not going to replace that.
He's like, oh no.
Wait, are you serious?
I just cut up my own dick. But he
Joke's on
thought
me.
Travolta has such a beautiful face that he thought if I cut this thing up, it might just end like his will to fight.
Yeah. His will to fight.
Like,
He just walks away. He goes, you know
Yeah.
what? I don't care.
Fuck it, I don't care anymore. I don't want that face back.
Well,
But as it turned out, with all the scars, it's still a beautiful face.
yeah. Go
And he
figure.
goes back to his frumpy wife, and Gina Gershon is being hot somewhere.
Yeah.
I think
Fucking
she's
her
dead
brother.
in the movie.
She's fucking her brother in hell somewhere.
Whoa!
Oh!
Oh! Vinny Barbarino in here.
Oh,
All right.
Well, you know, I thought I brought up a
Well,
good point.
folks,
Thank you.
thank you everybody
On that
for
note.
listening on that note.
I thought I was making a good point. I'm glad
we're
the
gonna,
crowd reassured me.
We're gonna say thank you, and we're gonna remind you to like, comment, and subscribe.
I gotta rewatch this one. I didn't remember like much at all.
Dante, Craig, Artemio, thanks as always for listening.
Check the bottoms of your popcorn buckets for holes.
There's probably gonna be a dick in there. It's all right. We'll see you at the movie
And just
theater.
Nic Cage
say
dick
it,
in there.
Yeah.
Toodles.
Jujubes.
Bye. Hey, Dante, let me get some of that sausage.
We have to find someone to win this face-off.
Hollywood wasn't buying.
I have to learn to jump.
Come here.
Come here. Listen.
Hey, listen.
Racism in droves. All right. So, like,
Whoa, guys, that actually...
we'll be more racist.
Yeah, I didn't know that's
I
like
promise.
what you wanted. Wow, okay. The crowd
Okay.
liked that.
So yeah.
Yeah, that last part fucked me up too.
No. It's just like, yeah, John Travolta's son gets murdered in the very beginning. Like, the credits roll in this movie. Nic Cage assassinates John Travolta's son.
Tie your shoes, kid. I just cut up my own dick.
Diane Lane was busy, so they're like, we'll get Gina.
We'll get
Gershon.
Gina Gershon.
Yeah. Well, Diane Lane's like 50 at this point.
Diane, or am I
But-
thinking?
but back
No,
then-
you're not wrong, but she's
Back in
hot.
97,
Yeah.
should have been a little bit.
Yeah,
But
she was-
older
she
than
was-
Gina Gershon.
She was a piece in Dredd, wasn't she, or Judge Dredd?
Was she in Dredd?
Yeah,
Or
she was in
Judge
Judge Dredd, not Dredd.
Judge
my bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get my eyes off of Rob Schneider.
Oof. With those little hands.
Oof.
That's
With those
true.
little ass hands. It is.
Little last T-Rex hands, those paws.
So,
Bobby
are
Schneider.
they
He's like a rock star terrorist.
episode?
Bravo,
Yeah.
Doc. Bravo. They're doing a face-off, but they're also
But that
doing a
must mean-
handoff.
If he's rocking, we got to be rolling. There's a virus that's like set to detonate.
Because he's like a frizzy-haired piece of shit. I'm just getting a weird vibe.
Oh, and he like.
This podcast is Ladow. She's fucking her brother in hell somewhere. Tie your shoes, kid.